Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is a recap of Survivor Season 35, Episode 12. Not gonna roll over and die. This was action-packed. Let me tell ya, the 2-hour episode that was on last week kick-started this show into high gear and it is on a roll. Let's just get into it. We start off as usual at night back at camp right after the tribal council. Chrissy and Ryan again were duped, so they're feeling a little bruised. And now, of course, they realize that Ben was in on the 4 friends. And Chrissy is asking Ben questions about it, like how long were you with them, that kind of thing. And he said, I'm not going to tell you anything. You can ask, but I'm not going to tell you. She's mad that Ben betrayed her, and she claims she had his back since day one. And I might actually feel sorry for Chrissy if I didn't know that she and Ryan were looking to send Ben home packing in a couple days. You know, come on, Chrissy. It is a game. Ben's trying to tell her, look, this is Survivor. It's just a game. It doesn't feel good to get duped or to be on the outside of a vote. I get it. But if anybody is making this personal, it's Chrissy. Now we have the reward challenge, and Jeff explains this as being teams of 2. And then everybody finds out that their teammate is going to be their loved one from home. Yay! And the winner gets to have a barbecue with their loved one. So they start bringing them all out. Ashley's dad comes out. And is it just me, or were you guys getting just a little Caitlyn Jenner vibe from Ashley's dad? Maybe just a scotch? Anyway, Ryan got to see his dad. Dr. Mike got to see his wife. Lauren got to see her sister, who grabbed her stomach and shook it. Yeah. Not good. Chrissy got to see her husband, and she's crying. They were all crying, but she's crying, and if I didn't know better, I would say that was mascara that was running down her cheeks, this black stuff. But what was it? Dirt? Devin got to see his mom. Devin's crying too, and he tells her she looks beautiful, and her response is to nod. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Devin, I am beautiful. I don't know if I've ever gotten a chance to mention that before, but Devin's really cute. And Ben got to see his wife. So this challenge is just pure luck. There's no skill involved. Everybody has a bag of marbles, and they just have to blindly reach in and pull out either a white or a black marble. If their loved one picks the same color, they get to stay in the game. If they have opposite colors, they're out. So Chrissy and her husband end up winning this challenge. They get to have a barbecue, but not alone. She gets to pick someone to come with. And so right away she picks Ryan and his dad. Then Jeff says she can pick someone else. So she picks Dr. Mike and his wife. And then she gets one more. And the only ones that are left are the 4 friends. And right now she's feuding with Ben. So she chooses Ashley because she thinks that Ashley would be the easiest one to possibly sway and get to vote with her. She sits down to talk to Ashley and her dad. So she starts working Ashley and trying to convince her that Ben is a really big threat. Well, what Chrissy doesn't know is that Ashley already knows this, and Ashley has already been considering getting Ben out. So they have this little talk. So Ashley is actually considering it. Although there's someone that's a bigger threat in the game, Ashley. That would be Chrissy. So the 3 who didn't get picked, Lauren, Devin, and Ben, are back at camp, and Ben is making a fake idol that he hopes Chrissy will find and think is real and try and use it. They go off to hide it. Lauren finds a sign and she calls everybody over, and it turns out to be half of an idol. It's just the string. And the note says that the other half is at the immunity challenge. Out in plain sight, it's just a seashell, and she just has to get it, and the two pieces together will make an idol, but either half alone is worthless. So next is the immunity challenge. It's an endurance one. They have to hold these two pieces of wood side to side, and with just their fingertips, and Ashley ends up winning it. Well, with the help of Devin, because they made a deal. When it was just the two of them at the end, they made a deal and Devin dropped. So because their arms were hurting, I don't know. When Lauren dropped out though, she sits down and that seashell is right in front of her. I don't know if that was just a coincidence or if it was in front of her station because she found the other half. I'm not sure, but she just easily kind of grabs. Nobody really seemed to notice or care. So Lauren, Devin, and Ashley are at the water cooler chit-chatting and deciding who they want out. Ashley's really set on Ben now. I don't know why. She thinks it's her big move. It's not. I don't know how you would convince the jury this was your big move because Chrissy will tell them she told you to do it. Devin thinks that Chrissy should go first. Yes, she should. And Lauren's not really saying much, but Ben is walking up and he hears his name being mentioned. And then he comes around the corner and everybody got quiet. So he's suspicious, rightly so. And he goes berserk. He goes to Dr. Mike and he starts telling him about this new idol that Lauren has, and that along with her advantage that gives her 2 votes, she is way too threatening and way too powerful in this game, and she needs to go next. You know, now Mike's thinking, I'm sure he's glad it's not him. Then Ben goes to Ryan, tells him everything, and he said, we just need Chrissy too. And if the 4 of us vote for Lauren, we can get her out. Ryan's agreeable because, again, Ryan doesn't want it to be him. So all he needs is Chrissy. Now, Chrissy hates him right now. And Chrissy has some plans of her own. Chrissy has grabbed Devin and she's trying to talk to him about how threatening Ben would be to keep in the game. And she's trying to work her magic with him, and Ben walks up. And Devin kind of gets up and walks away. And Ben said, hey, so, what was Devin talking to you about? And Chrissy just snaps, and she's like, why would I tell you what Devin and I were talking about? He says, can I talk to you for a minute privately? So they go off, and he apologizes to her. And he said, listen, I'm sorry. This is just a game, and I didn't mean to offend you personally. But we've got a bigger problem, and that's Lauren. And now Chrissy's shocked because she was not expecting that. So he tells her all the advantages he tells her everything about the advantage, about the hidden idol, and how dangerous Lauren is to keep in the game, and that he wants her out. So now she's thinking about it because she wants Ben out for sure, but more importantly, she doesn't want to go home. She and Dr. Mike are talking, and she tells him that she's not sure what she's going to do. So Dr. Mike gets a little worried about that because they need Chrissy's vote for this to work. So he goes to Ashley and Devin. He blows their mind by saying that Ben's trying to get Lauren out and that he told them everything. And Ashley's like, what are you talking about? And he goes, well, more than you told me, because he also told me about this hidden immunity idol that Lauren has. So they're like, whoa. So Devin now goes to Lauren and says, Ben's trying to blindside you tonight. And she's like, what? Yeah. And he said, Dr. Mike told us everything. So Lauren goes to Dr. Mike and she gives him the seashell, the half of the hidden immunity idol, as a gesture of good faith. His response in private, well, he says, thank you. But then to the confession cam, he says, well, that was stupid of her. And the question now is, do I make her pay for that move? This is driving me crazy at home because I do not want Lauren to go home. So now we go to tribal council, and whew, this one was a doozy. Basically, Ben and Lauren just call each other out. Ben admits that he was gunning for Lauren, and Lauren says, yeah, well, now you're in danger. Chrissy's asking her all about like her advantage and stuff, and she says, well, I can't use it because it's back at camp and you have to have it on you. And as far as that immunity idol, she said, I gave Dr. Mike half of it. Dr. Mike gets up with the seashell. He goes, yeah, I have half of it. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And he throws it into the fire and says, so nobody will be able to use it. Okay. So Lauren's just like looks sick to her stomach. Everybody's kind of flabbergasted by that move. And Lauren is vulnerable and very unhappy at this point. And Devin and Ashley don't look very happy either. So while there's kind of a spirited discussion going on with some of them, Ryan and Dr. Mike are whispering to each other at the one end, and Devin's watching them carefully. And at one point it gets quiet and Devin just gets up and walks over to Mike and whispers, let's just get Ben out. He's calling everybody out. He needs to go. He's dangerous. And Chrissy gets up and whispers to Ryan, I'm still good with getting Lauren out. People are really making their decisions right on the spot. And Jeff says something to Ben like, what do you think's going on? And Ben goes, oh, I know exactly what's going on. They're deciding whether or not to vote for me or Lauren. And I hate this because you and I know what nobody else there does, that Ben has a real hidden immunity idol that nobody knows about. And he's going to use it, and Lauren's going to go home. Finally, they just say, we're ready to vote, and they come back. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol, now would be the time to use it. And Ben stands up and says, I have one. I'm using it for myself. Everybody looks shocked. Lauren looks sick to her stomach. Lauren goes home. What I didn't expect was that everybody wrote down Ben's name. Lauren went home on the one vote that was Ben's. That was a tough, tough loss for me. But you know, that's the game of Survivor. And for you kids playing at home, lesson of the day, if you find a hidden immunity idol, don't tell anybody, ever. It was perfect. I mean, Ben made a perfect play. And at this point, Ben and Chrissy, it's your game to lose. All right, that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please meet me back here every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central Time for the next recap of Survivor. If you have not done so already, please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked this episode. And please leave a comment down below. I love to hear from you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.